Warning: the message you are about to hear are the views of the Oklahoma Tomcat and are not supported by the government. Agreeing with this message could cause you to be targeted by the government agencies, and liberal advocates. You have been warned.
Greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is the Oklahoma Tomcat coming to you from Bearden, Oklahoma. Today, I want to talk about immigration and what the president has recently done in basically using executive orders to grant amnesty, to change the law. Because a lot of people are believing a lie that is being told to them by the government. First of all, I want to eliminate one lie. Of course, during this whole show, I'm going to eliminate a lot of lies. But the first one I want to do, right off the bat, is get rid of this notion that just because someone is against illegal immigration that they're against all immigration. That is false, and it's a terrible lie they're telling you, because the fact that it is blurring the lines from legal and illegal. And this is very dangerous because of the fact that you do not have to be for illegal activity to be for the legal activity. Let me be more specific. I love people coming in this country. I love it. I've trained lots of people who are not citizens of this country in the trucking industry. I've worked beside them in the Navy of people who are here. They're not citizens. But here's the difference. They're here legally. They have work permits. They came in through the system. And the reason I love them so much is because it's sad, but they are more patriotic than many of the people who've been was born here. They love America. They're not anti-American. And many of them don't want to change, don't want to turn America into other countries. They came here for a reason. When I find out they're here and that they were not born here, that they're legally immigrated into this country, I always ask them why they come to America. And the reason why I ask that question is because I love their answers. They came here because they're escaping their government. They don't like the way their country has been running. And some of them came here because of the fact that their country is so bad off, with jobs and opportunity, that they come here for better opportunity. And I love that too. But again, they came here legally. Now, if there's anyone listening who doesn't know difference between illegal and legal, please look it up. Now, with that stated, what I am against is illegal immigration. And there's several reasons why I am against it. Number one, every country has to be lawful. They have to have some laws, and they have to follow it. Our founding fathers did not set up a democracy. They set up a republic. And a republic is a country that has laws. And the government must follow the laws, as well as, of course, the citizens. We can't allow people just to come here whenever they want without going through a system. We can't let our country become flooded with immigrants. Number one, we have to know who they are that's coming in this country. Sorry, people, there are people who hate our country. And there are people who want to destroy our country. And you can hug them, you can love them, you can kiss them, do whatever you want. They're still going to hate our country. The reason they hate our country is because we are not like them. Act as shocked as you want. That is, there are people who just don't like us because of who we are. And some of these people, you don't want to become like them. Especially liberals. Because the things that a lot of you guys push is against what they believe. They turn on our TV and see what we put on TV, and they hate us. So we have to know who's coming in this country and make sure that they're not coming in this country to destroy us from the inside. Another reason is because of our economy. A lot of people come in this country illegally are low-income, low-skilled laborers. If we flood our country with them, then it will hurt our economy. Take this as you may. Low-skilled laborers, many of them are low income and need government assistance. I mean, really, they don't need it, but today we say they do, and they end up on government assistance. We need more people who have excellent skills to make lots of money to put into our economy. And when we do the way the immigration is set up is to balance them out, so that we don't have a lot of people that's on government assistance and not enough people who are putting into the system. So we can't just open the borders and just let people flood in, because the people that will flood in, chances are a lot of them will be the low skilled and low income. Now, another thing is, and that they're eliminating their line, that what Obama did is going to boost the economy. No, it ain't. Okay? That is a lie. Now, I've been asked many times. First, let me back up a little bit. About amnesty. Amnesty is not really a liberal or conservative issue. There are conservatives who are for amnesty under the right conditions, and there are liberals who are against amnesty. Okay? This ain't a liberal or conservative issue. What is a liberal or conservative issue is the way you go about doing amnesty. And I've been asked many times, well, would you be for amnesty if we did it through Congress? Not totally. Not currently, anyway. And the reason why is because we've done amnesty before. And where did it lead us? Right back in the same position. Government has lost my trust when it comes to immigration. Of course, many of you that know me are like, well, did you ever trust the government? Well, no, not really. But when it comes to immigration, we have a track record of how government handles it. When Reagan was president, he did sign amnesty. But that was based on a promise that Congress made that we will start following the new laws. There's a whole new immigration law that was put into place along with the amnesty. And has government followed the law? No, it hasn't. If it has, we would not be talking about amnesty again today. Government has not followed the immigration law at all. So why should I say, yeah, go ahead and grant the amnesty, change the law again? People, every time law enforcement doesn't enforce the laws, doesn't mean that we need to change the laws. It means we need to change the law enforcement. We need to change law enforcement on the immigration. People who aren't following, we need to say, hey, why are you there? In particular, the executive branch, who is supposed to be enforcing the laws. We need to start following the laws. So what I say is, let's go 10 years, enforce the current laws before, and then we'll talk about immigration reform. How about that deal? And 10 years, I'm being generous, because how long has it been that the immigration law has not been enforced? I think 10 years is very generous. And I know they won't make it. So why should we change the laws? Again, they're not going to follow the new laws. And I have a theory on why that is, in which I'll bring up a little later. How about this idea that what Obama's done is the same thing that previous presidents have done? No, it ain't. That's another lie. There are certain things that the president can do, or any executive or any prosecutor can do when it comes to dealing with an individual who broke the law. And one of those things he could do is he could decide not to prosecute at all. And most of us have been in that. Well, not most of us. Some of us have been in that situation. Let's say you wrote a bad check, and the person that was written to decided to go ahead and give it to the DA for prosecution. The DA could decide, you know what, he made good on it, I'm not going to prosecute. And he has that right to do that. How about someone who gets caught with drugs and was arrested, and the DA decided not to prosecute? He has that right to do that. Nothing wrong with that. Except that I say, hopefully the person who committed the crime learned their lesson and changes. Because by him doing that, he did not change the law. It's still illegal to have drugs in majority of states, and it's still illegal to write bad checks. So you can't keep on doing it over and over and over again. Eventually, you're going to get caught and the DA will prosecute. This is what has happened in the past, is where the president decided that he is going to, and they can also postpone prosecution, right? They can say, I'm not going to prosecute you now. We're going to deal with this here, and then we're going to see what happens. Or, have you make good on something. He's going to postpone it until you make good on it. Or any number of things, that he could decide to postpone, which has been done many times by presidents with illegal immigration. They postpone the enforcing that law or prosecuting illegals then. But Obama's not doing that. You see, in the past, presidents have either postponed or decided not to prosecute illegal immigrants for whatever reason. But they did not change the law. They did not make it the illegal immigrants legal. Obama made them legal. I mean, just doing the work permits alone, he made them legal. Because if you can go and legally work in this country, then people can't call you an illegal immigrant, right? And this whole deal with they got to pay a fine or pay their back taxes. These are low-income, low-skilled workers. How are you going to enforce that? How do you even know how long they stayed here? How do you know what the back taxes are? How are you going to figure that out? They were illegal. They have no record. How do you know where they... I take it that you'll know where they worked by, them coming out and saying, okay, I'm now working here. But how do you know how much money they made? How do you know how long they've worked? If they've jumped from job to job, how are you going to track that? These people live in fairy tale land. Law enforcement. The illegal immigrants, they're actually pretty smart. So, back to the whole amnesty. What Obama did is nothing like what other presidents have done as far as illegal immigration goes. He literally changed the law and has now turned an illegal activity into a legal activity. If you get caught speeding down the highway and they decide not to prosecute you, they did not change the speed limit. Going 75 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour speed zone is still illegal. And if you do it again, you're probably going to get pulled over again. And chances are, if whoever let you go knows that is the one that catches you this time, chances are they're going to actually press charges. You have not learned your lesson. It's one thing to grant amnesty and say, okay, we forgive you, we're going to let you go, and go ahead and make you legal citizens. Excuse me. That's one thing. But it's a whole nother thing to say, you know what you did is not illegal. We're going to change the law. We're going to go ahead and let you work in here in this country as illegal immigrants. Let's so I mean, people, once we embrace lawlessness, once this country becomes a lawless country, then you can't have freedom anymore. You need law and order. And when our leaders are expecting to is clouding the difference between lawlessness and lawfulness, that's really bad. It doesn't matter if you're for amnesty or not. Currently, I'm not, because our leaders have not shown that they're going to change their ways. To me, if you say if you're going to let somebody go, you have to know that they are going to change. Because you can't let the lawlessness continue. People have to follow the law. Our leaders have not proven that they can, that they will change, and they will start enforcing the law on immigration. They haven't proven that one bit, and therefore I can't be for amnesty. People coming in this country legally, I embrace. And really, we're doing them we're not helping them out on this at all. They went through the whole system to come here legally, which is not easy. It is difficult. And we're just saying, hey, you didn't have to do that. You could just done it illegally. That's kind of a slap in the face, if you ask me. So basically, the people who's for the president doing this is saying, you know what? We love the illegals more than we love the legal. Well, I'm running out of time. This is the Oklahoma Tomcat. Y'all take care. God bless.